All right,
Let's go.
start.
Okay. Damn it.
Ha!
Oh my god.
Oh shoot!
Oh, I can't choose.
No! No! No!
No.
No! Not fair!
Damn it.
Oh no!
So that was my presentation for a chord game that I built. I'm calling it Chord Invaders. Uh, so what I've done for this project is basically I wanted to explore connecting multiple components, and for my assignment 5, I had used the Slack API to connect Slack and Max MSP. I wanted to gamify that process, and so what I did was I used Node as like the middleman uh, for Slack, Unity, and Max MSP. So what happens over here is that all the audio that you're listening to is coming out of Max MSP. All the input is coming from Slack, and all the game related components are happening, and the visuals are happening at Unity level. And so the way I did it was basically I used the same Node for Max package, and the extra the extra library that I'm using here is called socket.io. So basically, what that does is it kind of establishes a connection between Unity and Node, uh, and while the script is running in Max MSP, what I can do is I can talk between the node server that is running uh, to back and forth to any apps that are connected to this. So the input after it's received from Slack, it drives the game related controls over here, and so I'll quickly demo like what happens at the game level. So basically, what you can do is once once sorry about that. Yeah. So so once you start the Max script, the node server is up, and it starts to establish connection. And once you start the game in Unity, uh, you can see that it has spoken to the node server over here. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to use Slack to input uh, as like the input controller. So I'm using S to kind of establish that I am playing the game. So this is basically a two-player game. So the way it works is you can trigger bullets by specifying a particular chord, and how you would do that. Let me switch on audio. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm pre-assigning instruments to a particular user. So because I signed in first, I'm assigned the piano over here. So after that, what I can do is I can actually trigger like a chord or a note, and that is basically going to trigger a bunch of bullets for that particular chord. I can even do this for a note, and it's going to trigger a bullet for that. So the extra level for the game is where you can basically build a wall for yourself as a defense, and you can build a wall with one particular arpeggiated chord. So I can build a chord with C major, and now regardless of the bullets flying there, it's going to be blocked by my brick wall, so it won't pass through. So that's the key idea of the game. And two bullets trigger at the same time from opposite directions can cancel out each other, and you also the same, you can't you can't pass through bullets with it from your own brick itself. So that's pretty much the entire game, and it's just a 2-player game that happens completely on Slack. And the common delay between the Slack input and when it reaches Unity and all these apps, because it's consistent, it kind of adds to the fun of the game. So that said, I can quickly run you through what's happening at the node level. So there is like a 2-way communication happening. So the second level of communication that happens is when basically you can trigger sound effects for stuff that happens inside Unity back from Max MSP. So the way I'm doing is again through the socket.io messaging, where say for example one of the damage sound that you heard when you're getting hit by a bullet is basically getting triggered in Max MSP. So let me quickly demonstrate that. So I have started. I've started the game, and let me first register myself. Right. And so when I say trigger a note, and when it hits the opponent, you can see the damage play. Oops, sorry, it was up. There you go. I can try that again just to demonstrate. Yeah, so the socket.io messaging takes care of the two-side communication, and just to demonstrate, like I have used the game over like a sound effect for that also, and yeah. So basically, whenever someone loses their health, the other person wins, and it triggers the sound effect over here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, the purpose of this, the extension from project assignment 5 was for me to see if I can make multiple apps talk to each other, and the game can be improved in multiple ways, but this is what I have for now. Thanks for listening.